Hey everyone, this is Andrew again, aka Fellowship of the Tables, with another update on my Lore 24 project. Uh, as a reminder, Lore 24 is a project in which you try to add something to a world that you're building for every day of 2024. And more details in the previous video, but uh, I have been working on a project called Ectelion. This is a fantasy world that I'm building, and I've been continuing to add something every day of 2024 so far. I've completed a high-level overview of all the nations in Ectelion. See here, I've got a brief description of each nation, whether it's aquatic or land nation. Um, I also have decided, originally I was coming up with a particular race or species associated with each region. I've decided that that's not going to be the case anymore, that the races will be independent of the particular nation. There may be some nations where one race is more prevalent, but it's not going to be one to one. Um, so I haven't gone back and changed all that, but that's going to be the plan. And so on top of these nations, I also have a number of races created that are not listed here, but I'll get back to those at some point. But you can see the summaries of each nation, and then I've started to flesh out the nation of Kubnon. Kubnon, you can see here, is a nation of stuffy hippies that all love religion. There's a particular berry that's prominent in Kubnon that burning it gives you a connection to inhaling the scent from burning this berry gives you a connection to your deity. And so therefore kind of all religions um, are not only welcomed but encouraged in Kubnon. And so I've been going around and just trying to generate some places in Kubnon. Yesterday and today, I created two each, and I'll just show you the two that I built today. So I'm going to switch over to my story engine deck table here. This is, again, using the Lore Masters deck from the Story Engine deck company, which has several awesome products. And there are two places here. So the first is this wasteland. Let me actually switch back and show you where we're working here. So Kubnon is this green section here. And zoomed in a little bit, this is what it looks like. So the wasteland I decided is in this hex here, and so it is essentially a um, a wasteland of rock and sand. I decided that there's a constant sandstorm just perpetually in this area. Um, it probably has something to do with um, the winds coming off of all the hills that are practically surrounding this wasteland. And so there's a constant um, sandstorm that is shifting and revealing and hiding caves in this wasteland area, which are sources of two things. One is there's a kind of clay here, you can see. You probably can't read this writing, but it's saying that this region is the only place where you can find that clay. And then it's also an abundant source of stone, which makes sense. So there's this like constant shifting of dunes that are revealing and covering up different caves. And so this place is just called the Bitter. So I have a namesake card over here that came up as Bitter, and so I've just decided this whole place is just called the Bitter. So that's one location. This is a second location. Um, the primary cue card here says hole. I was very curious to find out what we were going to discover about some hole. And it turns out that this is a stretch of coastline along, let me go back to my map, uh, along the border of Kubnon. So it's right in this area. This whole coastline here, which, if you remember, Ectelion has aquatic nations in all of the oceans, and so this is a border with the Saglana nation. And so this much of this coastline here, um, something happened a number of years ago that disrupted the magnetic field of the planet in this area, and so compasses don't work. And there's also like this just uncanny sense of offness when you're in this area. I imagine it would be a very weird feeling that just in this one area, the magnetic field of the planet doesn't work. Um, and so, uh, yeah, so that is the whole aspect of it. So compasses don't work. Um, the event that triggered this, there's a neighboring nation to Kubnon called Quegit, and we know that some years ago there was a sudden appearance of this god king, which now rules Quegit, and I've decided that ascension. I've decided that that refers to actually this God King appearing, and somehow that supernatural appearance triggered this tear in the planet's magnetic field, and for a huge area along the coast. Um, and then it because of the disruption in the magnetic field, it's become the breeding ground for a type of snail. The snail is telekinetic or sorry, telepathic. It specifically, I think it's empathic. These snails um, would not normally be able to communicate with people because the magnetic field of the planet normally disrupts their telepathic abilities, empathic abilities. However, in this area, uh, because of the disruption, they've been migrating here, and they find that lack of a magnetic field extremely um, comforting and peaceful. And uh, so, if you come to this area, these uh, enormous snails. I've decided so that the trait that I pulled for them was awe-inspiring. I decided they're awe-inspiring because they're huge. These are like horse-sized snails. So these massive snails are great for as work animals, pack animals. However, they have telepathic uh, defenses if they are mistreated. So you can go and get them to work for you, but if you mistreat them, you're gonna have a bad time. Um, so I thought that was a really unique area of the coastline for Kubna. So that is what I've been working on. I'm going to continue to add on to Kubnan. You can see two other locations here. Um, that is a copy paste error. Uh, there's a town called Rockbell, which I created yesterday, and a red swamp, which is the source of the berry that I was talking about earlier. And these are all locations in Kubnan. I'm going to continue to add more locations throughout the nation. So hope you've enjoyed. I will continue to release videos and continue to flesh out the world. Let me know what you think. Thanks.